Hello and welcome. This video brought to you by Hardwoods USA and is all about tropical hardwood cupping, also known as warping, specifically ipe, kumaru, tigerwood, garapa, and other tropical wood. In this video, we will discuss how to prevent cupping and how to attempt to fix cupping after it has occurred. Let's get started. First of all, we need to understand why cupping happens. This is simply an imbalance in the water in the wood. In other words, one side is generally exposed to more moisture or even water. To prevent one side from having more moisture than another, you need first to make sure you have proper airflow. This means not enclosing and preventing moisture from escaping. Second, make sure your installation is done properly, and by this we mean make sure your drainage is draining correctly and make sure you have proper spacing. Third, prevent water retention. The wood should have no long-term contact with things such as pools of water, concrete, or be on the ground. When preventing cupping, you can do these things to help ensure a lifelong project. Make sure air can flow around the boards. If it is siding, you will have a gap between your moisture barrier and the wood. If it is a deck, you will have it elevated from the ground and not enclosed underneath. Install on a solid substructure. Make sure your boards have proper gap spacing between them, as the boards do expand and contract based on the weather. Do not install directly on the ground and make sure your drainage is running at an angle to prevent any pooling of water. Here are some things worth mentioning when choosing your boards and installing them. Thicker boards are less likely to have cupping problems. Simply, there is more stability in larger boards. Larger boards have a longer lifespan that can usually be fixed more times, such as sanded and refinished, than smaller ones. Moisture imbalance is the enemy to all decking, siding, and fencing products. Some woods are more and less likely to cup, such as ipe is least likely and kumaru is the most out of the species we offer. So if you already have cupped boards, what can you do? It is important to point out that there may be nothing that can resolve the issue, but we have seen it remediated effectively by doing the following things. Fix any installation issues such as ensuring proper gap spacing, ventilation, and no freestanding water around the wood. Ensure proper airflow all around the wood. This is always vital in proper installations. Allow for the wood to correct itself after it is installed properly with airflow. We have also had some discussion in the lumber community about applying heat on the side of the board that retain the moisture, but this should be determined on-site and by an expert. Like always, you should consult an on-site expert for all things related to installation and cupping. Thanks for taking the time to watch our video. You can find us at epawoods.com or call us at 844-674-4455.